Draw your sword, knock your arrows, and ready your spellbook. It's time for another episode of The Gamesmen. What role will you play?
Evening, guys, gals, and guildies, and welcome to episode 11 of The Gamesmen. The Gamesmen are here to play roles, and I'm your host for this show. I'm Amherst89, and with me today I have kind of two people. First person that is actually with us right now is Harley Dan Natman. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, not bad. Really tired, but yeah, still buggering on.
Woo. And the other guy we will have on is our other regular co-host of the show, Josh Yoda III, but he just got home after a 4-hour drive. He's making food, and he'll be on in a little bit, so.
Yeah, he gets real noisy when he's starting to make food.
Yeah, so it's a lot, I guess it's better that he's not on at the moment, where there'd be a lot of exploding kitchens.
It does sound like he's destroying his entire kitchen. It's
That snowball mic it just picks up everything. We'll just get into it right now. So, Dan, what's been going on with you, and what have you been playing?
Well, I've been spending a hell of a lot of time around my mother's looking after little Monty, the puppy. He is a vicious little bastard.
But he's so adorable.
Yeah, he's adorable until, you want him to settle down, and he's like, he gets overtired and he does too much, and then he just doesn't know what to do and keeps going in between my mother and myself. We're sitting on different chairs, he climbs across, constantly want to pick him up, and then he's like, oh no, I want to go over there, and he goes over there, and then he's like, oh no, I'm back again, pick me up again. It's just like, oh gee, calm down. And then he starts biting you, and yeah, he's a bit of a pain at the moment.
That's he's our cat.
It's like he's got ADD.
Yeah, it's like our cat. Like, you'll go to pet her, and you're petting her. She's all nice and calm, and then she just out of the blue decides she has to attack and bite your arm.
Oh, that's just cats,
man.
We used to have a cat that did that. She was just evil.
I've never had a cat so active, and I've had cats from them being kittens. Of course, this is probably the first time I've had a cat that's pretty much alone, because whenever I got my last two kittens, they were, they're brothers, and they played around with each other all the time. But yeah, she's kind of insane, but we love her. What else has been going on with you? Getting attacked by a dog?
Not a huge amount, really. Bit of gaming. I bought myself finally got myself a hard drive dock so that I can get data off people's hard drives without having to open up my case, unplug something, and do all of that crap. So I'm looking forward to sorting that out. But as for games, not much this week.
In the last 2 weeks, really.
Well, I suppose last 2 weeks. So yeah, there's a couple of extra things I need to add in there, I suppose.
And might as well bring this up. The reason there wasn't a podcast last week, Dan was too sick and tired. Went to have a nap for a couple hours and woke up the next morning.
It's more like the next afternoon, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I played a bit of Cards Against Humanity with you and Josh.
Oh my god, that shit is so much fun.
Yeah.
I'll stream it next time since I actually can.
Yeah. We'll probably end up playing it again tonight, because...
I hope not. I want to get to bed. Maybe we'll play a quick round.
The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 2. We both played that.
Yeah, we have this kind of thing going on where as soon as it comes out, I actually had to wait because it came out on Tuesday or Wednesday for the US, and it came out, I think, Friday for you guys.
Yeah, but we played it on the Saturday because it got a bit late by the time we got round to playing anything on the Friday, didn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, we're playing it together at the same time, almost exactly getting everything. There was the one hiccup where you got, I think the game just crashed on you or something, then had
Yeah.
to wait for you to go. But game's pretty crazy, pretty awesome. We're definitely enjoying it. Spoiler show at the end of it.
Oh, definitely. Great fun. There was one bit where it crashed, and it actually allowed me to make another decision, which made not the slightest bit of difference. So that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, absolutely great fun. Loving it. You know, the atmosphere, the music. It's all about the characters and the narrative, and it's absolutely fantastic. Not a huge amount of zombie slaying this time. There's a little bit, but yeah, it was great. Some nice little surprises in there, which if no one's played it yet, I'm not going to ruin it.
Nobody needs to ruin that. But it was definitely like a yes, or like oh shit yes moment. I was happy.
And then isn't that what else have I played? Oh, a bit more Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I'm still ploughing through that. I've been a bit distracted, if I'm honest, by something else that I've been playing more than anything else, and that is, of course, Titanfall. Really enjoyed that. Both of us played it the other night, and we were playing the kind of campaign mode, and
I still can't tell if I can call that a campaign.
Well,
I mean, there's kind of a story in it, but it's like it's mostly people talking, so you're not getting too much.
Yeah. And most of the time, it's people that are fairly new to the game. So we kicked ass. It was brilliant.
Because neither of us are like shooter people.
No.
In general, so we're not that great at them. But I think we're doing pretty good. Like I've gone first, second. You got second once or twice, Dan, as well. So we're not doing too bad.
No, and one of the games when I was playing on my own whilst you were at work, I actually got first, but it was a really bad first. I must have been with a really crap team because I was like, "Yeah, I'm first." Oh, that's why we lost. I
normally get first. I don't think I've gotten first once in like attrition or Pilot Slayer or anything or what Pilot Hunter is what it's called. But there was the hard point is where I normally get first because I'll try to guard the point and kill anybody who's coming. There was that one game that I killed everybody that came in the point. It was going good. I died like once, but somebody else was there to kill him right after I died, so we kept the point. But
I think I need to change the way my loadouts. I think I need to start using a different gun, something with a higher rate of fire. So
I really like using the SMG. That's been like my main one.
A lot of the videos I've been watching, there've been people kicking ass with the SMG, and it does seem to be people with the SMG that kill me. So perhaps I should start giving some of that back.
I get a lot of deaths, not a ton, but I do get a good amount of deaths from people using the smart pistol. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, that is a bit of a pain. I barely touched that actually.
I've never used it. I think I tried using it once, but if it was the sidearm, I'd be a lot happier. Because I want a pistol as a sidearm. I don't want a pistol as my main weapon and have another pistol as a sidearm because all you'd ever use was the smart pistol.
Yeah. Although I have been using a normal pistol and getting a few kills with that now and then because my rifle that I've been using doesn't have a quick rate of fire. So as soon as someone gets up close, it's bam, pistol, headshots. So that's pretty cool. Graphically, it looks stunning.
Oh, it does look really good. I'm enjoying the different maps. Like they only had 2 in the beta, and it's definitely been pretty cool doing those other ones. Kind of sad that you can't shoot any of the bird monster kind of enemy things.
Yeah, but that might be coming in a future update. I can't remember the chap's name, but he did hint at that, along with possible customizations. At the moment, they're only talking about different color text above people's name text, which is a bit crap. I'd like to be able to maybe tweak a few little things, maybe have a different color armor or be able to get different plates or something. That would be cool, but obviously there's a fair bit of work to go into doing all of that. I don't want anything to change the balance.
Yeah, like one thing I really wanted to see in the game are hopefully they can bring it in, is they probably can't now that the game's out and everything, but like in Halo Reach and Halo 4, where you can make your own character, or like you can customize the armor and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that can
and really
always come
customize
up.
yourself.
That can always come out in an update. Yeah, it'd be cool
I'm
if
not sure how
once
hard
you
that
start
is.
getting good at it, people say, even if it was just your Titan, they'd be like, oh god, not that guy in the orange and purple Titan again, run away from him, or whatever. I wouldn't go for orange and purple myself; it would clash with my backlights. But yeah, and you'd also be a lot easier to spot people from a distance because the names don't actually pop up until they get a bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's another thing. I don't know why it made me think about it, but whenever we finished the militia, not DLC campaign, they had some nice like little visuals or pretty much stuff you use as screenshots, and you took a few nice ones. You posted them up on Twitter, and you gave them to me because for some reason my screenshot won't work, and I actually have the one as the background on my desktop, and it is very nice looking.
Yeah,
so
it'd be nice if you could take screenshots in game without the HUD, if it automatically got rid of that, just so it looked a bit cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty sweet. But yeah, it's such a fast-paced game that when you're playing, there isn't often a huge amount of times to actually take screenshots. So yeah, the campaign is definitely the main bit. The end of the campaign.
That'd be another good thing to do, like Halo does. The Forge, I think it's called, where it captures like the last couple games that you played. I guess it could kind of be like, well, people on Xbox One have this at least, where they can just say Xbox record that, and then they have their recording of them taking out some guys. But I did get on the part that I got to stream before it kind of cut off. I had some good kills in the last game we were playing, or one of the games we were playing last night. And I don't know why, I don't do it very often, but I went on a kicking spree, and I was killing everybody with a kick. Just everyone was so close, or they didn't see me, and if I can go without them noticing me, I'll just go up and kill them. And there was one point, there's this, it was either a woman or a guy that was using a female character, and I see him run around the corner. They don't see me for some reason, even though like they ran right past me. I completely 180, go around. They're standing there trying to shoot at somebody, and I go up, snap their neck. I'm like, yeah, snap your neck, bitch. I was freaking out. Oh, it was so good. Oh.
Now, one thing they really need to sort out, and I believe, again, it's something else that's being worked on for an update, and that's the matchmaking. At the moment, it's pretty much non-existent. It just looks for players of any level. And the amount of times we've been in against, people in the 5th prestige already. And it's like, well, hang on a minute.
I don't think we have 5th. They're like 3rd prestige.
Oh, I've had 5th.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was like...
That scared me.
I was like, oh, well, this isn't going to go well. And, I was right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like, 2 nights ago, we were playing with Eric from Everyday Gamers, AZ Rockslide, and I think we had another person in sometime as well. I think we played probably 20 games, if not more, that night. Didn't win a single one. Me and Dan played last night. We kicked ass. We lost like 2 matches.
And the thing that
whole
got me,
night.
We couldn't even escape. At the end of a lot of the games, if you're the losing side, there's a dropship that you've got to get into, and so you can escape. And there were times before I even got to the dropship, and they destroyed it, and I'm like, oh well.
I think there was one where I was the only one got in the dropship. It closed up. It was going. It started to launch off. It was ready to jump, and then it got blown up. I was like, no.
But yeah,
that would have been the highlight of the night if we would have got it.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying it. Great fun, obviously. If you haven't got it yet, go and get it. It's good.
On the
Unless
PC.
you've only got, yeah. I obviously haven't tried it on the Xbox One, not having one, and not actually thinking about buying one. So, if any of you have, let us know what you think of it. How's it running? Is it in full 1080p? Are you getting 60 frames per second? Stuff like that. Is
I
it
think
looking
they
good?
already said it wasn't going to run in 1080p.
Yeah, I know. I'm just rubbing it in. And apparently the Xbox version, the 360 version, is going to run at something around 720, if not a little less. So,
I still haven't seen anything on that.
Yeah. I guess, they're trying to use it to push more Xbox One sales, so it's not going to be out until they've milked that cow. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing the past couple of weeks. It's been pretty quiet, really. So much. Mum she's got this puppy. She keeps going out. I have to keep looking after it. And whilst that sounds like a brilliant day, he's such a little terror at times. He really is. There's like little spots he's not allowed to go to because there's like wires and he's like, that's the one spot he has to go to. As soon as you stop looking at him, there he is. And you're like, no, oh God, you're gonna die.
Gonna die. Oh man.
Other than that, yeah, I'm still plugging away at Star Trek. I am now on Enterprise. About 7 episodes into season 1 of Enterprise, so the light at the end of the tunnel is getting closer and closer.
Sounds like you haven't been listening too much. I think the last time you mentioned you just started Enterprise.
Yeah, well, Mum wanted me to stay at hers because of her arthritis. She can't really move about too much in case the puppy was crying or something in the night. He never did. He slept all the way through the night, and I ended up with a terrible neck because of the bed that I was staying in. I was like, this is ridiculous. Can I just... I'm 2 doors down. If something's wrong, I can be there in like a minute. And that includes getting dressed. I had to stay there, which meant no gaming and watching... Actually, I watched a bit of Grimm on Netflix on my phone. Not too sure about that.
Thought I heard people like that.
It's all right. It's nothing brilliant. It's not terrible, but yeah, it's not. Nah. I haven't got much to say about it. It passes the time whilst I'm sitting there with a sleeping puppy on me. So, but yeah, that's about it. Well, what about you, Gary?
Well, going into what you're saying about watching stuff, the wife and I still need to apparently we need to really catch up on Black Sails. I don't think we've watched it in a month and a half or something like that. It's been forever. We haven't even watched any of The Walking Dead, the newest season. I guess because trying to play more games than actually watch TV, or I just don't feel like I want to watch TV whenever I can be playing a game. All this overtime, like I don't have as much time at home as before, and I kind of have to go to bed earlier because I'm just so tired. And even whenever I try to go to bed, I'm not getting much sleep. Oh, we'll go into that too. News update on the wife's health. She broke her arm. Well, she didn't really break her arm. She got multiple hairline fracture things, and she's supposed to see a surgeon or whatever tomorrow about that. So another little thing that happened. I woke up at 4 a.m. to a loud bang, went to go back to bed, and I was like, and I kind of looked over, saw Courtney wasn't in the bed, and I went, oh fuck, and I jumped out of bed, ran over, she's like laying on the steps, I'm like, crap, and didn't notice it until I got home, but her arm was looking really bad, so she had to go to the doctor's the next day and found out after the x-ray she had some fractures and stuff. But she's doing all right. She's not getting headaches like she was and all this kind of stuff. She's doing better with her surgery, but she still can't move around too much. She's doing better though. But I guess I can go into the games I've been playing, and since we mentioned Titanfall, I'm just gonna light up this statue right here. Yeah. So sexy. I'll get into the statue after I talk about games. Alright, so games. The Wolf Among Us. Dan's kind of happy because I finally played through the first 2 episodes.
Isn't it great?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I like the first episode. I was like, oh, it's dragging on. It's doing this, doing that, and then the end. I'm like, oh god. And then the second episode, I'm like going through and all these different characters. Like, it's because you know the characters, but I've never read the graphic novels or whatever they are, the comics. I think they're graphic novels.
Well, this
it
is a
makes me
prequel, so it's a good place to start if you. I wanted to get into, comics. I haven't read any for decades. Not since Beano, and that doesn't really. I suppose it counts. And I heard this was the prequel to the series, and I was like, well, you know what? I might as well start here, and if I enjoy it, then I'll read them.
Well, it's a Telltale thing, so you know you're gonna like it.
Well, yeah. Just the delay between episode 1 and episode 2 was so annoying.
Well, what I found out is apparently, just found this out. Apparently, it's not a delay. It's apparently just bringing the episodes out bi-monthly.
Oh no, there was a huge delay between the first and the second one. It wasn't 2 months. Yeah, I think it came out in November. So yeah.
Oh, and when did it come out? The second one come out? End of February?
Yeah.
Beginning? Okay. Yeah, but I finally played those. Enjoying that, of course. It's point-and-click adventure kind of thing. Story's kind of crazy. First episode had just so much in it. You learn about all these characters, and then second episode is kind of bringing up. It shows you some of your choices from the first one do help in it, and you do see a couple that are carrying over and everything. I guess I can't wait till the third episode. I hate Dan because now I have to wait. Instead of not playing and then not having to wait. Of course, I'd be waiting until probably the middle of the year now till we actually get the whole season or series. Or I don't know if they're gonna bring out a season 2 of The Wolf Among Us. I don't think they will. Of course, we don't know. But
you never know.
Played some more Thief, and I haven't done much in it. I've ran around. There's little odd jobs you can do, and it's just going into a house, finding one of them is this guy gives you a mission. He's like a prosthetics person, and he has a hand that somebody has for some reason. I can't remember why. But you have to go in his house, or pick the safe and all this stuff, and then get the hand out. You can kill all the guys in there and stuff like that, or sneak in, sneak back out, and you're done. But stuff like that, that one is a mission, like a side mission. Other stuff is just stealing stuff and making some extra money. But this one was more of a mission, and even the chapter missions and all that stuff, they have goals in them that you can do, and they'll be pick 3 pockets, steal the purse off 3 guards or whatever. And that's one of them. One's kill people this way or that way. And I wanted to make it through the game without killing people, but they kind of force you to if you want to get that stuff done. So it's but I do I'm not really worried about doing the goals and stuff like that, even though it gives you extra stuff for doing it. But I am trying to make it through as stealthily as possible, and it's a lot of fun. It's not the best game in the world. It's pretty much Dishonored without special powers.
Yeah,
I do like all the different gadgets that he has to use. It's pretty cool. But other than that, like you said, Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 2, God. The cool thing that I wanted to mention about this with our playthroughs is we're making different choices and stuff. So it's what happened? We'll finish an episode, finished episode 1 and, what did we do? And then we finished episode 2 and we're okay, did this choice affect anything? Or what happened because you did this for this guy and not this guy? And it's a lot of fun, going through and seeing what is happening between people as you're as you're doing this different kind of stuff. Um, I I want to get the next episode and see what happens because it kind of got a little crazy at the end of that. Also been playing Outlast some more, and I'm not very far in that game, even though I feel like it's been forever. I've taken some weird screenshots, and there's some not as much scary, but there's like creepy moments. Say you'll like there's this one part where you go to open up a door, and like you can try to open up any door and it won't open, and you're kind of in this area, and there are areas with the inmates and stuff, and they're like locked in their cells and stuff like that, so it's kind of still functioning, kind of mostly not. I'm guessing like these are just some really crazy people, and they're like some disfigured crazy people in this game. But you like there's this one part where you go to open the door, and like you go and you look at the door whenever you're going to open it. Like it just kind of, I guess, not a cutscene, but just what happens whenever he does something. And you look back up, and there's this guy like in your face in the window of the door, and he has a creepy looking face. And it's like, oh shit, hello. But I have had a couple like oh shit, like kind of intense moments whenever you're trying to get away from something. I got stuck in this one area, and it took me forever to figure out where to go, because you couldn't figure out where to go if you didn't have your night vision on. And I was worried about putting my or like going around, and the reason I didn't have the night vision on is because there was a light on in the hall, and I was always worried that there's this guy walking around this area, and I'd never put my night vision or my camera up, and I went through this door, and if I would have looked right instead of going left again, because it was just pitch black, couldn't see anything, there's a desk that you can jump over and everything. And this guy kind of follows you as you go along, and then he kind of takes a longer way of going forward and back as you go through this area, and that's kind of how you get there and get to the end of this part. But there's this crazy huge guy, and he's scary as fuck. He's given me the first time, actually 2 times in a row, I got to this one part, and he kind of breaks in or whatever, and I couldn't figure out where to go, and then I kind of took my time the third time.
Yeah.
And I like look up, and there's like a vent or something you can jump into. I'm like, ah, and I like went in, and then he's chasing you, and then you're in this one part, and he's all looking for you, and bastard. I want him to die. He's very scary. I've taken some good screenshots of just stuff in there, and it's interesting. Other than Outlast, played some more Borderlands 2. I can't remember if we played in the last 2 weeks, but I play with the Everyday Gamers guys, and one of my new best friends, apparently, his name is, he's not in this game right now, Saint Killjoy. He's been using I think it just came up on Steam. I think it's the same people that made RPG Maker. It's called Manga Creator or something like that. And I found out the other night that he's actually like an author and all this stuff. And I actually got, I picked up his book for Courtney to read. And he's actually a lot of fun to talk to. Like, he's spent days just literally, like, I think he spent like a full 24 hours, because he was telling me he didn't go to bed and all this stuff, and he was playing that. Oh my god. Well, I guess it's not really playing, it's using that. And
Yeah.
He's made some cool manga kind of strips. And he was telling me he wants to get his whole, like, he wants to get every character in Borderlands, and he wants to go around screenshotting and getting like full 360-degree models of everyone in Borderlands. And he said he really wants to get Moxie and stuff. So that was interesting. I think I'll post his book in the show notes, because he said he didn't want to be, or he didn't need the the hype behind his book, so I'm gonna do it anyway. Because everyone always needs some more sales. If I can
Right.
make him more money for being good at what he does, I'll do it. Damn it. Uh, back to Borderlands though. Had a lot of fun. We did. I don't even have the DLC for Borderlands 2, I think. And I got into a game with the guys from Everyday Gamers and everything, and we did what's it called? Something in Her Pirate's Booty. I can't remember the name of the person. But we did that and we actually finished it. So I beat that. That was fun. I took in my lower level character that I was using for Dan, and I was like, you know what, screw it, because there were some higher level guys, and I brought in like my level 50 guy, or not level 50, my level 30 guy, and it went so much better after that because I was dying so much because they were a few levels ahead, and it wasn't going too well for my character, but. Shit's so much fun. I want so bad. I need to, next time it's on sale, I'm getting the season pass, and I really want to do Tiny Tina's, the Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. I can't remember what the DLC is called, but I really want to do that because I'm big in D&D and stuff because it's awesome. But other than Borderlands, Rogue Legacy, I've heard so many people talk about it, and I saw it was on sale last weekend, I believe, and I put I put a couple hours into that. Actually, I put a couple hours in, and I think I passed out. I was like, I'm getting tired. I walked over the bed, fell asleep for a couple hours, woke back up, played like another 5 minutes, and then got off and did something else. I can't remember what. But it's really hard, and can't say it's really hard. Maybe I just suck at it. But it's kind of funny. Whenever you die, you get your next in line, like I guess your offspring or whatever. And I had this old guy. He was a mage. I can't remember names or anything like that anymore. But his next or his child or whatever heir, I chose a girl. It looked exactly the same as the guy, like big ass long beard. The only thing that made her a girl was this pink bow on her head. I was laughing so hard. It's like, like the different abilities or traits or whatever that come with them. Like you got dyslexia where text is all backwards and shit like that. And I've heard of a couple bad ones and I still use them anyway just to see what it was like. I think one was vertigo or something like that, and everything is upside down.
Yeah.
I actually lasted a good little bit. I killed a couple monsters and stuff, but I couldn't figure out what I was doing at all. It was really hard. Because all they do is just like flip the screen upside down and you're trying to figure it out. That one was fun. I heard of something called The One and I actually got it. It was one of the last ones I got. What it does is it kind of changes the castle that you're going into. It changes it into like the Matrix kind of thing where there's like neon lights and stuff, and it was pretty funny. But I haven't killed a boss yet. I did really good one time, and I killed a ton of enemies, and I made like almost 2,000 gold or whatever out of it. I upgraded so much crap. I got some good armor and everything. It's nice because all this stuff transfers over to your next character, and you can just keep building up from there. I think this game's going to take me like 100 years to complete. Because there are a lot of hard kind of platforming, attacking all these enemies that are trying to kill you at once on the screen, and because like the areas in them there's like really small kind of corridor kind of place, and then there's like a big area where there's a lot of platforms you can go up. There's multiple exits to the next place. Kind of imagine Metroid where you have the big tunnel kind of area, and then there are like doors going up it. There may be like 8 going up the whole thing, and you can go to different areas that way. And that's kind of how it works. And they do have like kind of teleport kind of things there. So some places you can like teleport back to the beginning. I'm not sure exactly why you have to, because you can't get out of the castle once you're in it. But I guess if you get on one side and you want to go back to the other and take another path or something like that. I did get to a boss, did not defeat a boss. Because I only had like, I can't even remember what the health is. I think it's just like 100 down to 0 or whatever, and I had like 5. So I got in, hit the boss once and died. Yeah, I need to go back to it. It's a lot of fun. And then this isn't really a game, but I figured because I spend so much money on all these different things, I'm like, you know what? I need a budget. Well, I don't really need a budget. I manage my money pretty well, but it'd be nice to know everything and see if I can, keep saving up money, because I'm paying all the wife's bills and everything along with my bills, and just trying to balance everything out. So I tried You Need a Budget, the demo, and I can't figure that thing out. It doesn't make sense, because it's kind of like they want you to know exactly, or they expect you to know what you're going to have that month to spend, and then you have to budget every dollar that you have, being it in saving up, or what you want to put in the savings, what you have to spend on bills. Like, I can put what I'm going to spend, but I can't have like what I have if I don't have it yet. So, because since I'm working overtime and everything like that, I don't know what my paycheck's going to be all the time, so I can't, put the money where I want it to be. But like, you can take transactions out and do that kind of stuff. But budgeting is not that easy unless you know exactly what you have to budget every month.
Well, if you know what your minimum's going to be, and then budget on that, and then any extra is gravy.
Yeah, it could be. Actually, I guess what I could do, or be the best thing to do, is take my regular paycheck, put my regular paycheck in, and then if I just put all the overtime that I get into the savings, then that would be like just what I keep saving, and then it would be like I never had that money ever. And that'd make it a lot better, because I get, especially with the overtime, you get like a couple $100 or whatever extra a month and not even know it.
Well, or you could just give it to me, and then you would never have that money.
But then I couldn't buy a Titanfall.
Well, that's true, but you've already got it, so you don't need it again.
But there's like Dark Souls 2, and if I really want to get spicy, Elder Scrolls Online Collector's Edition.
Oh, I think I'm going to uninstall the beta for that. I've had enough of it. I'm not.
Yeah, speaking of that, there's a beta this weekend. Guess who hasn't played it? Both of us.
I started downloading it, and it just took forever. So I was like, yeah, you know what, sod it.
Yeah, I was gonna go into it this weekend, and then just decided against it. But well, it's different for you, kind of, because you already made it to the end of the beta with your one character.
Well, not quite. There's still a few bits to do, but yeah.
I have a lot more than you have. And I do enjoy playing it, but I just can't call it an MMO.
Yeah, I enjoy it after like half an hour or so, and I think, oh, I better play it, and then I'm like, and then I start getting into it. But I never feel like, oh, I've got to play it now.
But I think what my plan will be, if I do decide to be an idiot and get the collector's edition, I will play it for the first month and unsubscribe until it goes free to play. Or beat the whole game in a month, and then and then not play it again. But like, I expect it to go free to play, because there's no way people are gonna pay $15 a month to do that. I just can't see it happening. But other than You Need a Budget and Elder Scrolls Online, Bravely Default, play a little bit more of that. I haven't touched it very much. I'm trying to play some other stuff, and that game can take forever. But my brother did beat it, and I think he had like 100 hours over it. He did everything. He got every single job up, best items, all this stuff. I think it's 13 levels for the jobs too. that each one goes up to 13, and then that's like the max. And the last job that you get in the game, I think after you max it, or like the last skill that you get out of it, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Obliterate or something. And anything that is 20 levels below your level, you instantly kill. Like you just use Obliterate, or like it automatically uses it once you go into the battle, and everything dies, and you just keep going. And you still get extra experience. You still get money and all that kind of stuff out of it. So you just run through an area forever, and it'll just keep going. You'll keep winning. So yeah, he made like level 99, got all of his jobs up, did all this before he beat the game, and I wish I was a college student again and could do that. Just constantly play games. But yeah, at least he finally beat it. I actually gave him my PS3, and he's playing Final Fantasy 13 now, because my brother has only had a Wii and a Wii U as his consoles. Like he's never really wanted anything else. Because I get everything anyway, and all he has to do is wait for me to let him use it or something like that. So he finally finished up Brave of the Fall, and then he took the PS3 off of me and is playing Final Fantasy 13. He's going to play 13 too. I gave him a ton of games that I told him, like, you have to play this. I gave him Ni no Kuni, and we'll yell at him until he plays that. So I think he's on spring break this week, so he's probably going to be 13 and 13 too in this week. But, yeah. I mean, he'll at least beat 13. He whenever he plays a RPG, he definitely goes all out and does like everything, every single side quest. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I gave him what's it called? Xenoblade Chronicles, and he put so many hours into that thing. He did everything because he did like. I don't know if he's just a cheap person, but he doesn't buy anything. Like he's picked up like Pokemon and a couple other games since he got the Wii U, and he has his 3DS and everything, and now he has a big enough SD card to actually put stuff on it. Like he picks up a few games, but he doesn't go over top. Like he has no backlog of games because he'll buy one and play the shit out of it until he's done with it. So good on him, because I have like 1,000 games that I have to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played Cards Against Humanity, and that game, like we do it on the internet. We actually don't have like the cards or anything, but they put in like all the cards and all the expansions and stuff like that. And I am thinking about getting that game to have like during a drinking night with friends, because just playing it online with you guys, we're busting out laughing all the time. Oh, it's so good. But I think we should play a quick match or a quick round tonight, because some of those combinations we come up with, I like piss myself laughing. But in the last couple days, literally the last 2 days, I picked up Yoshi's New Island, and I literally have no reason why, but I took the wife to this GameStop thing they were having for Disney Infinity. Why the hell did I do that? Because I spent so much money. But took the wife to this Disney Infinity thing after I got a haircut, and because she wanted the poster that they were giving away, which is Phineas and Ferb set came out, and they had like a Phineas and Ferb poster, and this poster is really big. And so I picked her up. I'll just put, I guess, for stuff I've been buying, like $100 worth of Disney Infinity shit. But I saved a lot of money, because one playset that was $40 I got for $20. Phineas and Ferb had a sell on it somehow. It was buy two get one free. I got three different figures. And I think she said she only needs like 3 or 4 characters left before she finishes the set off. So Uh, she she has so many characters just sitting around. Like we took up a whole bookshelf with Disney Infinity characters, and but I was like, you know what? We're in here. I'll get Yoshi's New Island. So I picked it up, put it in the 3DS. It's fun. I'm actually enjoying it. I never really got into the other Yoshi's Island games, but this one's actually a lot of fun. And then I just picked up today for some reason. I actually think I picked this one up for the coins because I'm only now, after registering this one on Club Nintendo, I am 115 coins away from platinum this year. So woo! I'm gonna get myself a shitty little thing that Nintendo's been giving out for the past like 3 years. The only good thing they've given out for platinum was the whole Mario statue thing. But I picked up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and did a TGM tag along today. Woo! With my Elgato that I figured out how to get it to work, which is the stupidest thing in the world. I watched a video. I was like, oh god, I can't get this to work. How do I do it? Looked up online, like, how do I set up my Wii U, Elgato, whatever. Watch the video. The guy literally, he installs it and it automatically goes on the screen. I was like, what the hell? I cannot get it to work on my own. So, last resort, I unplugged the USB and plugged it into a different port. For some reason, it didn't like that USB port because it turned right on. I was like, oh, thank God. And then I recorded the opening in the first level of Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze. And it is... I'm actually, like, I played Donkey Kong Country Returns on the 3DS, and I didn't... I'll have to give it another shot because I didn't really enjoy it at first, but I'm actually enjoying Tropical Freeze, and like you'll see it in the video if you watch it. Go to youtube.com/Gamesmen and you'll find it, and other episodes if you want to. But I sucked so bad at that game at the very beginning because I knew nothing. I had no idea what I was doing at all in that. Because I've never really played a Donkey Kong Country game. So, after I died the first time, I haven't died since, and I played through like 3 or 4 levels so far, and then am actually enjoying it. It looks really good. Plays nice. Cranky Kong is exactly like Scrooge McDuck because he has his cane, and you just pogo bounce on it everywhere, so it works exactly like that. I think it's a good game. Glad I picked it up for my coins. And then Titanfall, played through that, and every time we start a match, I light up the Titan because he's my good luck charm. Not the other day though, at all. And the last thing I've been playing was, I don't remember Battlefield 3 because I was too drunk the other night. It was like 2 in the morning.
I remember what you said.
Knew nothing of what I was doing. I don't even know how far I made it in the game. I was just way too out of it and tired, and I kept getting killed. I just sat back and I was talking to Saint Killjoy over Google Hangouts, and I couldn't concentrate on the game enough. I probably couldn't see I probably saw like 4 screens. I don't know.
You said to me that you didn't even make it past the first level because you were far too drunk.
Yeah, I made it to like the first kind of heavy point, and I just couldn't be asked to do it. I couldn't figure out what I was doing, so I didn't do very much in that. I was gonna play it the other night, but I found out apparently I didn't have it downloaded, so I had to download it. But Battlefield 4, I played and beat that. The campaign for that game, and I guess I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a shooter campaign. It's over the top, boom, boom, bang, explosion. Somebody died, and you
that's
kill a lot of people.
With review.
That's my official review. I liked it. The characters in it were kind of cool. Some of the stuff that happens, like, whoa, dude, adrenaline rush, man. We do need to get into the multiplayer sometime, because ever since the Titanfall beta, I've been like, man, I want to get back in the shooters. And, well, the way I got back in the Battlefield, because I played the shit out of Battlefield 2 back in the day, I was like, you know what, I'm going to play through the campaign, see how this is going, and hopefully maybe get into the multiplayer. Because I've heard those matches last forever. So, yeah, that'll be fun. But other than that, stuff I've bought, like the Disney Infinity, Tropical Freeze, Yoshi's New Island, and I can technically say it now. I bought the Titanfall Collector's Edition because it finally got taken out of my account after having it in pre-order for 6 months. So that got taken out. I don't think I bought too much other than that. I'm trying to think. Oh, and Period Panties got taken out because that got successfully funded.
Woo!
Woo! Even though that was successfully funded by the time that I even put my money down towards it. And I'm waiting for them to ask me which Period Panties I want. Not actually me, Courtney, because I don't think I'll be wearing them anytime soon. Unless she asks me to.
You're going to end up doing like a photo shoot for us so we can all see them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I better shave. Actually, I'm not a very hairy person, so this is very, I guess, never mind.
I don't feel very well now.
Well, that's all I've been playing this week and buying and whatever. And looks like Josh is a little bit too tired to come on tonight, so well, we'll just take a little break here and we'll get on to some old news that I kind of wanted to mention last week and some new news. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so we're back, and it's time to get into some news. Poor Josh, too tired.
Yeah.
But you know, driving 4 hours back from your girlfriend's is a long drive, so I can't complain about that. I know one of my ex-girlfriends lived like 2 hours away, and that was not. I was pretty beat by the time getting home and everything after spending the weekend there. But let's get into some news. We'll start off with some old news since we didn't have a podcast last week. I had like full setup. I was all ready. I was like, yeah, we got some stories to tell. And then Dan didn't show up. So, but the old news that I had, and this is still kind of good because I haven't heard anybody talk about it, but apparently there is he's the lazy game reviewer, and he reviewed Red Baron 2, and he opened it up like he was sorting through all of his games and stuff like that, and he found in the box for Red Baron 2, he found a coupon for a you just watched, Dan, was it a free Red Baron pizza?
It was a whole 75 cents off any 12-inch Red Baron frozen pizza.
So he goes and he makes this a whole adventure for his review of the game, and he finds this and he takes it to the grocery store, and the coupon had on it manufacturer copy or something like that. does not expire. So he's trying to use it. He's like, I wonder if this is actually going to work. And the person at the register just goes and, rings it up. It takes it right off. No problems. And I was like, wow, that actually worked. And this guy, and he's like, oh, that was 17 years, or that code's 17 years old. And this guy behind him in the line is like, really? That's awesome.
He was so excited.
I think he even says it. He's like, well, I think that guy was more excited for it than I was.
Yeah, he was like, I kind of want to give him this pizza, but it's my Red Baron.
And then he finally reviews the game a little bit at the end. It's funny. I'll put a link in for it. It was definitely interesting. I'm not surprised it worked just because it did say it doesn't expire, but it's pretty cool. It's only 75 cents off, but because 17 years ago those pizzas were probably $2, something like that. Now they're probably $5.
Well, no, I think they were $3 because it cost him $2 something.
Okay.
So they're not that expensive.
They're probably still cheaper.
That was at Food Line.
If anybody's going there, everybody, who has, if you possibly have Red Baron 2, make sure to check your box. You may still have that code, and you can get 75 cents off your pizza.
And they definitely work at Food Line.
So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go and buy a bunch of copies of Red Baron 2 and get some money off my pizza.
And don't forget to go to Food Line.
This podcast is not sponsored by Food Line in any way. But yeah, that was funny.
Food Line.
I guess I'll just mention all these old ones. But Batman Arkham Knight is a new game by Rocksteady. It's the last game in the Arkham franchise, and it takes place a year after Arkham City. And there is the Penguin, Two-Face, Harley Quinn is in it. They show. This game is going to have the Batmobile and all that kind of stuff, so that's going to be cool. Apparently, it's going to be 5 times larger than Arkham City, and Arkham City was pretty big. So, I was talking to Steve about this, and he's like, I don't know how much I'm really going to like using the Batmobile in it, because flying around is a lot of fun. I do like doing that. But I think it said they are making the streets 2 times or 3 times, something like that, as wide as in Arkham.
Yeah, they're quite narrow.
Yeah, so it's not good for a Batmobile. Batmobile looks pretty cool too. It kind of looks more along the lines of the new Batman movies.
Yeah, cool.
Or I get more, I guess you say real, futuristic kind of militarized kind of vehicle. But yeah, they're making everything wider so you'll be able to drive around with more ease, I guess. I'm hoping, I guess, there's going to be thugs driving around in cars and stuff. You're going to have to take them out, do stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work yet. How much damage the Batmobile is going to take, because if you've seen any of the movies and all this kind of stuff, bullets just kind of bounce off of it. So is your Batmobile going to get destroyed maybe, and then you have to wait for it to get repaired? Alfred's like, okay, your Batmobile is ready for launch, or not launch, but to be deployed back to you or something like that. So, I'm gonna get it anyway, just because I've played every single one of the Arkham games, and even if it's not that good, I'll still get it. I've enjoyed them for what they are. I don't know if they're going to do anything with the combat or anything like that. So we'll see.
I'm wondering about that, because they're talking about having larger rides with up to 50 characters wreaking havoc in the game. And I was like, well, that could get kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Without any tweaks to the combat system. Especially if you get 6 guys or 10 guys at once attacking you. And you can't block all of them in one go.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be... because Arkham Origins, it was made by a different developer. So I don't know if the combat just wasn't as good because of that, or uh, it's just feeling old being that way. But I don't know. We'll see.
We will indeed.
And then another piece of news is, if you haven't heard yet, Jack Tretton, head of or the president of Sony Computer Entertainment, stepped down from his role, or he's going to step down. I can't remember. I think he's already done it from Sony. So, no, I don't know who's going to take over yet. And I kind of liked him. I think he was a really good speaker. So it's a sad day, or a sad week ago day for for Sony. And people are saying stuff, don't know if you got forced out, all this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. And speaking of that, I can't remember her name. Maybe you know, Dan. But the woman from Naughty Dog. That's what it is. Yeah, one of the writers from Naughty Dog, can't remember her name. Probably look that up. She I think she got forced out of Naughty Dog by some of the people more affiliated with The Last of Us. Amy Hennig is the woman that got forced out or left. Well, I think it's everybody thinks she got forced out by him. But she did all the writing for the Uncharted games and all that kind of stuff. So don't know how much that's going to affect it, but that happened. And then this will be a little bit bigger. Because I don't think I heard anybody say anything about this, but Tales from Borderlands got some details emerged for it.
Yes.
And this was at SXSW
South by
Festival.
Southwest.
Is that what it is?
I think so, yeah.
I have no idea. Never heard of it until this. But this is the game from Telltale Games, or one of their ones they're coming out with is Tales from Borderlands. And a couple things came up.
Yeah, you play two main characters, Reese and Fiona. Well, no, you don't play them, sorry, but they narrate the story from a future perspective.
And I think they look better than they do, like the character, because Telltale does their stuff in cel-shaded, like The Walking Dead and all this stuff. And these people, I think, actually look better than the characters, or the graphics for the characters in like Borderlands look. So
yeah, I mean, this is just a still image that we've got at the moment. I mean, you know, whether or not it'll actually end up looking like that is yet to be seen, obviously. But if it does, yeah, it's going to look fantastic.
Was that the only thing that they announced, the characters?
Yeah, and basically, Telltale president Kevin Bruner told the panel's audience that you don't ever really play what actually happened. You're playing this version of what happens. And Reese works for Hyperion, obviously led by Handsome Jack. And Fiona is a con artist. So, yeah, it's probably not at all. It's just it's second-hand information that is twisted by the views of these people narrating the game. So yeah, it could be quite interesting.
I mean, I love Borderlands. I know a lot of people that like Borderlands. Hell, if I go on my Steam profile and like look at the library, go to Borderlands 2, there's like 30 people or 20, 30 people on my friends list that have Borderlands 2 and all this stuff. So I know a lot of people I know like Borderlands, and I'm wondering if a bunch of them are going to get it.
Well, I expect I will, because, Borderlands, Telltale. Apparently it's going to be a bit lighter, more humorous than, The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us. So that'd be nice.
Which is definitely a Borderlands thing. And I watched, I don't think it was the panel for this. I think it was a panel for something else. Maybe it was this. But they were showing the characters. One of the writers behind the game was talking about, and he was talking about how trying to balance out, not having too much humor in it. Like they're trying to balance between the two characters, trying to get everything to not get too over the top. They kind of want to bring it back, down to earth. Instead of having everything all funny and crazy all the time, they want to have some seriousness in it. Because Telltale is into like this, I mean, Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, they're into like that serious aspect of storytelling as well. So having some humor in there and all this stuff will definitely be awesome. I think I'm gonna enjoy this game. I love Borderlands. And the last little piece of news-ish bit that I just kind of want to say is, fuck Ubisoft. So they announced that crap, what's it called? Watch Dogs is not going to come out for the Wii U the same time as all the other ones are going to come out. And I just want to say something, like Rayman Legends, they delayed the Wii U version until the other ones came out. Maybe you should delay the other one until the Wii U one comes out. I don't care if the Wii U's not doing that good. Fuck you.
Well, it's worse than that as well, because obviously we saw those videos from last year's E3, and everyone's like, wow, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be a proper next-gen. No, it's not going to look that good. Unfortunately, they've said that it would be impossible to make a game that looked that good and played like that, so it's not going to. And some of the videos that have come up recently that show you what it looks like, it is a definite step down in quality. However, if they'd have just shown us that video instead of the one they did show, everyone probably would have been absolutely fine with it, because it still does look good, but loads of people are really pissed off with the fact, they showed us this amazing video and now it looks nothing like it.
Kind of sounds like Aliens Colonial Marines.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does really, doesn't it? I still think it's probably going to be a great game. I'm just reserving judgment. I think it might well be quite a disappointment for lots of people.
But there is a collector's edition coming out with a statue.
We need to sort out an intervention with you at some point.
Yeah, well, I did just watch a video from Tennoki guys of Shelby's house, and tears welled up in my eyes at how awesome. Like, he literally has a room dedicated to games.
Yeah, it's kind of like going to a video store, but they're all games. It's like, oh yeah, you can rent this.
Yeah, like they're pulling out all these different games. Like they have Nintendo games. Like if you never listen to Nintendo, these guys play. Well, listen to the What You've Been Buying section of their podcast, because they buy a lot of crap and a lot of crazy stuff. No $250 collector's edition of Titanfall, but they do import a lot of different stuff. And oh my god, just I hear them, like, they'll pick up like Atari games and all this stuff just so they can have more in their collection. And I knew they had a lot, and I've heard some crazy stuff with Shelby and his house. He has a big house for one, it looks like, and that room. Just a full room with 360, PS3, Wii, Nintendo, Atari, all these games. I'm just like, oh my god. It's like, that's what I want. They got like, I think 10, or not 10 years, I don't think they're that much older than me, like 6 or 7 years ahead of me. So I still got some time to catch up.
It is an incredible collection.
Yeah. But the whole thing was kind of them making their, they do these things called go-arounds, and props to Shelby. He has a crazy, crazy amount of equipment, like mixers and whatever else he had to kind of put these games in, and everybody has their own mic. They're all sitting at different chairs. It's a crazy setup. But I actually think, I thought it was, 4 people on a couch in front of a mic yelling at the game as they're playing it and laughing their asses off, and they have a good time whenever they do it. But it's a complex setup that I just cannot believe. And seeing that's like, wow, they put a lot of time into that kind of stuff. But you should definitely, you should go over to NintendoOki.com or just look up NintendoOki on Google. You'll find the first one. But like on their site, they have their go-arounds to go around, and you can see that video. They have it on their site, or you can go to their YouTube channel and find all that kind of stuff. they have a lot of go-arounds. I know they're over 100 or 200 or something like that because they had like a special episode, like the best moments and stuff like that. Um, the Tenoki guys are a lot of fun. I would check them out if I were you. Um, but let's get on to some new news that we got. And I'll let you, since I've been talking a lot, Dan, I'll let you take first one you're talking about, or you have on here.
Yeah, first one. Basically, it's some stuff about Amazon, and it looks like they're actually quite determined to get into the whole gaming market with the first look at their new controller, which looks incredibly like the OnLive controller. It's got some lights in a different place, but it does have media buttons on it, and it doesn't look great. But then I suppose, it's a controller, it's Bluetooth, and I don't know what else it connects with. But it's
I think it kind of looks like there's a Mad Catz controller of the I think it's Mad Catz of the Wii U Pro controller. It kind of looks like this. It's like a block, like a brick with some little stubs coming out of it for the handles and everything on it. But
I'd say it's more like the OnLive controller. It is incredibly similar.
Let me look. There's a link here. Oh yeah, look at that.
So yeah, but there are also rumors that they are going to be creating a kind of Ouya style console, which probably, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be amazingly great or anything. I'm not entirely sure if anyone's going to really buy it. I mean, hell, I just bought an MHL lead for my phone and I can play through that. I don't need another box.
Speaking of that, I forgot I was going to put that in last week, but then I found out we weren't doing the show. Ouya is teaming up with, I think it's Mad Catz that's coming out with their own console kind of thing, and Ouya games and stuff like that are going to be on that. So there may be a competitor for the Amazon console.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a much more closed marketplace. I think it's going to be using Android. Or Amazon's own take on Android. And I doubt there's going to be not much in the way of support for indies to actually put their games on there, as there is with the Ouya.
Yeah, no, I did see, or not see. Amazon does have their own marketplace that they have. You can buy stuff off. It's like Amazon apps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they do have their own kind of thing going.
Of the day. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't see this thing actually doing enough to actually make a dent in either the mobile or the traditional gaming market. But we shall see.
I'm actually surprised it's kind of going like this. Like, people saw the wasn't really taking off that well, and there's other people still trying to do it. I guess maybe the US is doing a little bit better than people are thinking. I don't know. If people actually want to do something like her, they think, oh, we can do that way better.
Yeah. I guess at least Amazon, they've got the money behind, and if it does fail terribly, it's probably not going to ruin them.
Hey, Amazon's not short on money.
No, especially with their tax fiddling and stuff like that. But yeah.
I guess while we're talking about Amazon, Amazon is raising the Amazon Prime up to $99 instead of $79, I think it is right now. And I don't have to worry too much about this until I think it's August that my stuff gets renewed through them. But there's a question out by the Overseas Connection guys. How do you is this going to affect you? Them raising it $20? I was like, nope. I use Amazon Prime enough, and just the stuff you get out. You get the movies and movies, TV shows, whatever. And then I get the Kindle stuff for Courtney. She gets free books every month that you can rent, and all this different stuff. And free 2-day shipping is amazing. And then to upgrade the 1-day shipping is only $3.99. So if I want something next day, or like if I want a Saturday delivery, I think it's like $5.99.
Yeah. So
next day Saturday shipping is no problem for me if I want it very fast. So I don't have a problem with it going to $99 because I do use it a lot. Now, if you're not going to use it that much, you probably shouldn't be using Amazon Prime. Like, if you only buy a couple things a year, probably shouldn't be paying $80 for it.
Hell no.
Because like someone like Dan who barely uses Amazon and stuff like that, it probably wouldn't be as good for him.
And when I do buy stuff from Amazon, it takes ages because it's coming from China anyway.
Yeah, and it has to have that Amazon Prime thing on it for it to actually work. And I do try to make sure that everything I do buy goes through Amazon Prime, just so I do get it faster. And I guess you could say it's more backed by them if they have the Amazon Prime stamp of approval on it.
Yeah. Basically that's it. Amazon gaming stuff. Not going to buy it.
So the next little piece of news is The Witcher 3 got delayed till 2015. And I was talking to Steve about this. He's like, people that thought that Witcher 3 was going to come out in 2014 are idiots. Because, it's a big game. It was just announced last year at E3, wasn't it?
Yeah,
right? Yeah. So it's like, you expect they're going to be that far in development after they just announced it. Look how many games come out like 2-3 years after they are finally announced that they're being made and all this kind of stuff. Is it that big of a deal? You're not going to get this game. There are multiple games coming out. You got all these new consoles. They have stuff going to start coming out more and more this year. So I'm sure people can wait to get their fix on Geralt. Gerald, what's his name?
I need to play them both, complete them both. I haven't really.
Yeah, I still need to complete. Well, you guys keep telling me to just skip over one.
No, I'm not going to skip over one because I realised the version I have now is the one with the better audio and voice acting. So
is that the I can't remember what they call it, the enhanced edition or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I didn't see too much problems with the audio. I didn't even think about if it was different kinds or the updates on the fixed everything. But I wasn't having too much problem with it. So, I need to complete those. Maybe I'll complete them both by the time this one comes out. So it's good that it's coming out next year for me because I have a lot of extra time to complete it.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of stuff to play and a huge amount of Titanfall to keep slugging away.
Yeah, we got prestige. What is it? 10 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. Hell, if we play it enough, like I'm level 27, and you're level 26. You're like a little behind me, so I'm trying not to let. Yeah, I'm not trying not to let Dan catch up to me.
It's quite funny the other night. He was like, God, how are you catching up?
I was like, we're playing at the same time. I was like, Dan must be doing better. He's getting more experience than me.
You were always above me in the leaderboards. It's all those challenges.
Yeah.
The next bit of news, if you finished with that one.
Yep. Yeah, that was all.
The BAFTA Awards were over in the UK earlier on this week. And Naughty Dog picked up a load of awards, the BAFTA Gaming Awards. A huge amount. Let's see how many there actually are. He says, scrolling down and counting quickly because he didn't think about it. Okay, they got Best Action Adventure, Best Story, Audio Achievement, and Best Game. So plenty of awards there for Naughty Dog. Oh, and Best Performer, Ashley Johnson as Ellie in The Last of Us. So yeah, loads of awards there for them. A few other games in there. We've got Gone Home getting Best Debut. Grand Theft Auto 5 Best British Game. Best Music went to BioShock Infinite. Strategy went to Papers, Please. Artistic Achievement went to Tearaway from Media Molecule. Sports was FIFA 14.
FIFA.
Family, Tearaway. Game Innovation, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which Gary and I really enjoyed. Mobile and Handheld, Tearaway again. One to Watch, Size Does Matter by Team DOS.
The hell is that?
Game
I don't
design.
remember that.
It's not out yet. Game Design and Multiplayer, went to GTA 5, and Rockstar Games won the BAFTA Fellowship, which is basically a sort of like the Lifetime Achievement Award, or it's fairly self-explanatory. So yeah, a quick roundup of what happened in the BAFTAs. They're kind of like our version of the Oscars for movies and TV and gaming and stuff. So
why was it like? It just seems like it's so 3 months in that they finally do this best of last year kind of stuff. Just seems like it was kind of a little late. It's like, oh, really?
Yeah, well, it's better than doing him before the end of the year. Like
it's like last year's, not last year's now, but the year before, Far Cry 3 got kind of kicked out of that because they did it the week before that got released. And that game was really good, and nobody remembered it by nobody remembered by the next one. So
yeah,
I mean, still January would be a good time to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
People were like, oh yeah, those last year games. So I don't know, maybe they should do it a little bit earlier in the year. But,
yeah, maybe, but I don't think that the people behind BAFTA are actually going to bother listening to us. But we don't even know who we are.
You know who does listen to this stuff? Japan. That was probably the worst segue I've ever. Actually, I think that's the only segue we've ever tried to use, but that was the worst one. This article starts off by Pikachu, I choose you, and it goes. Japan chooses Pikachu for 2014 World Cup mascot. I can't wait to see photos of this. It's going to be awesome. But let's see. Japanese national soccer team uniform designer Adidas. Soccer League reports that everyone's favorite electric mouse and several of his Poke Pals will be the official mascots for Japan's soccer team as they head to the World Cup in Brazil. Oh God, I love Japan. I don't know anything about soccer or football for you people that use it right over there. But I don't know if this is really weird or really awesome.
Well, I suppose the design's there, and no one has to come up with something new.
Are they getting? Well, I know. Japan does a lot of their crazy kind of stuff. Is this actually going to be like Pikachu in the team's uniform mascot kind of thing? Or are they going to have like animated Pikachu on a screen, like running around, kicking a ball, electrocuting the other players? I don't know. I think it's pretty funny that they actually have Pikachu as their mascot.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking about that. No, can't think of anything to say about it. I don't like football. Never played Pokemon, so not the best person to say anything about that.
You're a horrible
one game
person.
that I have played and has been taken off the iOS and Android marketplace is, of course, Flappy Bird. And apparently, in an interview with Rolling Stone, Dong Nguyen, or however you pronounce it, is considering bringing back Flappy Bird. The 28-year-old, he lives with his parents in Vietnam, found himself obviously a superstar when he invented and kind of pinched bits from other games. Obviously that infuriating game, Flappy Bird. And he shut it down, obviously saying it ruins my life. Ruined his simple life. But it brought in more than $50,000 per day, according to news reports.
He's like, you know what? I really like money.
Yeah. And apparently he's now hard at work developing new games. He's not working on a new version of Flappy Bird.
It's called Slappy Bird now.
It's a different one, but he's considering releasing it with a warning, please take a break.
Is this going to be like a Nintendo thing where, like any, at least the 3DS games, whenever you played Ocarina of Time 3D, they made Navi more annoying because if you were playing for like an hour or so, Navi would go, hey, listen! And then you click on, and she's like, you should take a break. It's like, shut the hell up.
He goes on to say that he was just making something fun to share with other people, and he kind of wanted to lay to rest many of the rumours that were kind of brought up after he cancelled the game, and he couldn't predict the success of Flappy Bird. But he did begin hearing that apps users people playing Flappy Bird for hours on end, and were unable to put the highly addictive game down for even the most basic tasks, such as going to work, speaking to their family. He was criticised for the hours upon hours that young children spent glued to their iPhones playing Flappy Bird.
That's Karen's fault.
A Flappy Bird reviewer said, I would, in a heartbeat, sell my soul to Satan just to have never downloaded this app. Yes.
Awesome. Oh my god.
So yeah, there's a lot of people that have had issues with Flappy Bird, and thank goodness they're not playing proper games. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, people. God. Yeah. I mean, if it comes back, at least I'll be able to play it. I did hear a lot of people saying, he's probably going to bring it back. He's just going to let it kind of, not build up the hype, but, after he took it off, it gained so much popularity that, he's going to see it and he's like, oh, a lot of other people are going to be playing it, so I'll make even more money. But I guess having that, little, disclaimer in there saying, take a break and stuff like that, it will help maybe a little bit. Probably won't help at all. Because if people are going to play it, they're going to play it. They're not going to listen.
Yeah. I mean, and there's so many different clones of it now. I mean, there's one called Clumsy Pheno brackets Floppy Bird, and it's basically pretty much the same, but you play this rather portly red dragon, and you've got to fly through similar levels, but with stonework and mountains in the background.
Puff the magic dragon.
Yeah, that's
anyway. I was playing just to kind of get what Flappy Birds is kind of about. I don't know how much of the same it is. It's probably pretty close. But it was like one of the top apps next to Flappy Birds after it got taken down was Splashy Fish, I think it was called. And you just click on the screen, it goes bloop, 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 and it goes to, it's not,
yeah,
it's like yellow, golden
pillars.
Pipe kind of, or no, that's what it is. It's like, columns, like, Colosseum kind of columns, marble columns. Yeah, but I'm guessing that's probably going to be the same thing. And guess what? I made it like 8 seconds and I said, I hate this game. Cause I have heard, other people in podcasts like playing it, 120 seconds and shit. I'm like, God damn, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Flappy Bird's much the same, but obviously it's flying, not swimming, and you've got the Mario pipes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what to make about it coming back. I've still got it on my phone, so I still every now and then show it to a friend and say, hey, how far can you get? And they're like, no, just take it away. I can't play it.
Yeah, well, I'll download it just to give it a shot and probably put it down after like a try. Because I don't play phone games very much.
I've been playing a few, and I'm going to have to pick up something like an Elgato or HD PVR, because then I could capture my phone games as well, which would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I should. That's what I should do. I should do the Room 2, because I have a mini USB to mini HDMI to HDMI. So I should do.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Although it probably will eat your battery.
I'll just plug it in on the other side.
Yeah.
But I do have a big battery in this phone, so it'll probably last long enough for me to do, 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. First couple rooms, something like that. But Yeah, expect more streaming stuff because it's so damn easy to stream it from my Elgato that I will be able to get TGM tag-alongs up once I figure out how to get the sound to work on my computer. Because we were trying that for like an hour or so, hour and a half for the show, trying to get that to work, and I just could not get it. Well, apparently it doesn't like to work with my headset, and I tried to put another headset in, and it didn't want to work. So, eventually, I will be getting a lot of TGM tag-alongs up for this site. So everyone will be able to watch weird games. And I do have a lot of like Wii U games and stuff I can stream. So I'll be doing that. Look forward. But that is it for our news. And we're going to go on another little break. And we'll be back with the quest of the week, clean up, and getting the hell out of here. So we will be back in a little bit. Okay, so we are back, and time for the quest of the week. And I actually spelt that wrong. Fixed. And I actually put this up on Twitter a little bit ago. A little bit ago, like 8 hours ago now. Up on Twitter, get some answers in, and we actually got some. So I asked, what are your thoughts on Titanfall since it came out last week? And Dan, I'll let you take the first one.
The first answer was from Womble MK3, and he says, Amazeballs! Campaign a different twist in multiplayer scenarios. ...
And then Teflon212 said, I love Titanfall. See my TGM check for details. Hashtag TGM quest. Which, the hashtag TGM quest is going to be if you want to answer the quest of the week. That'll be the easiest way for us to see it. So you can use that. But other than that, we're going to go with, you can still give us questions for the PC console show. I think this week, if it's not next week, will be the best time to do it because I know Seth McNitt will be on spring vacation or spring break or whatever for college. So it's probably a good time for us to actually get this done. So get some questions to ask in there, or for me to ask in there for these guys. And the other one that is going to be the main quest of the week is going to be with Telltale Games having so many games in development, such as Tales from the Borderlands, Game of Thrones, The Wolf Among Us, and The Walking Dead. Are they spreading themselves too thin, and will this impact the quality of their games that they have coming out? So, give us in your answers. What do you think of Telltale Games? Do you think they're putting maybe too many resources in too many areas, or too little resources into in a bunch of different areas? What do you think? You think their games are just going to start slipping, so their games aren't going to be as good as they're coming when they start coming out? Because I don't know how they're developing them exactly. If they're getting an episode, well, I do know for The Walking Dead they had a different team work on each episode, and so I don't know if they're going to kind of do that and they're just going to switch teams around to do each episode. If it's like that, then it may not have any noticeable effects on it. But if they are putting a lot of different people trying to do a lot of different projects at once instead of having like a team at a time doing one or the other, it could probably hurt them. It could most definitely hurt them if they don't manage right.
Well, a lot of people are already complaining that with the issues they had with delay in The Wolf Among Us that they're not going to actually buy the season pass straight away. Even some people are saying it's their last Telltale game they're going to buy, which I think is just crazy.
Yeah, because their games have been really good.
Yeah.
Now, once they don't have like a good story, or it's just not a good, because you can't really, you can call it a game. There's game elements, but it's mostly story driven, and so if their stories start going bad, I don't think they can really get worse in their gameplay, because unless their sequences and whenever there is action is not good. I don't know, but I guess it just depends on how they're managing their teams or whatnot. So, I mean, I hope not. I don't know if I'm going to be getting the Game of Thrones Game of Thrones game yet, because I don't know how that goes with the TV show, and I still have not watched it yet. So, if anything's going to get spoiled, I kind of want to have that happen. I don't know if that's going to be like a prequel kind of thing or not. So, I don't know. But yeah, get us in your answers or thoughts in that, and we will read them out and answer anything you say. But other than that, we're going to go into our cleanup and we'll do our TGM checks. And I will take the first one, which is from GamerGirl27. And she actually answered last week, and it's almost the same, but she's missing Battlefield 3 and 4 in here. So, mentioning that, here's what she said. At the Games and RPG, Borderlands 2, The Wolf Among Us, Smoke and Mirrors, Quiz Up, and Heroes of Dragon Age. Hashtag TGM check.
And the next one is from Wumble MK3. And he says, Rust, Quiz Up, ranting at Titanfall and rejoicing at Aberdeen winning the cup. So,
Yeah, I am hearing a lot of people do Quiz Up. I think we're going to have to get it and let you kick my ass at no shit. So I'm going to have to look that up maybe tonight or something, just to look at it. But next is Teflon212, and he says, at the Games and RPG, I've been playing so much Titanfall that I'm having dreams about it. Also been playing Dark Souls 2, and I know he's been excited about Dark Souls 2, and I'm going to have to talk to him because I want to see what he's dreaming about. Is he like killing militia guys, or is he going snapping necks? Yeah. I gotta find out what's happening in his dream world. He's like, yeah, I'm parkouring all over these buildings in my dreams. You never do that in real life. That's probably what I would have dreams about anyway. It's like, man, I wish I could do this. I need to get myself a booster pack.
Well, the next one is from Mr. Filthy at PH1LTHEEE. He says, Rust and World of Tanks. Hashtag TGM check.
That's another game. I have so many people, especially, which is just a big surprise because this guy never plays on his computer. He has a MacBook Pro. Chinny from Veteran Gamers and Overseas Connection, whenever you can get on it, because they moved their date or their recording time. He's been playing Rust as well, and oh my god, like the Roll to Foe, Duke Scath, also from the Veteran Gamers. Oh, and Roll to Foe, he's with Lousy at Podcasting or Lousy at Gaming website or forums. If you want to laugh, go listen to Lousy at Podcasting because they're hilarious. They just dirty jokes, innuendos. It's funny all around. You'll laugh your ass off. But yeah, so many people are playing that game. I kind of want to get into it because I hear a lot of people say Minecraft, and like Minecraft DayZ mix because it's a survival game and you can go and killing other players and all this stuff. And the Roll to Foe actually bought a server for Rust, so there's a bunch of people from like the VG Hub community, and there's a lot of people from it playing. that game. I'll probably have to get it sometime so I can get in there with them. Maybe not right away, but sometime soon. But our but our last TGM check is from my wife, Pebbles91010. Peebles. yeah, Super Starless says, or Danny Thorpe says, but Courtney says, hashtag TGM check, The Room, Disney Infinity, and Van Helsing. And I've heard some good things about Van Helsing. I was thinking checking it out, but I've been putting it off. I'm like, you know what? I do have too many games. I'm not gonna buy this one out of like the 100,000 that I decided to get anyway, and it was only like $6. So I don't know why I didn't pick it up.
Yeah, I need to play that at some point. I haven't played much of it.
Oh, so you do have it?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'll have to pick it up probably next sale it's on, I'm sure, because I'm running out of games that I don't have on Steam. But that's it for our TGM checks. Make sure to send those in every week, and we'll read them out on the show just like we did. But other than that, we're going to get into our shout-outs, and Dan, go ahead.
Well, yeah, everyone that's been in contact with us for this show, obviously that's Womble, Teflon, Gamer Girl, Phil, Pebbles, and to Yoda for hope you
Being
wake
tired.
up for the next hope you're all around for the next show. And yeah, this fool keeps buying me games. He got me Battlefield 4 the other week, and then Titanfall. So yeah, I better say thank you to it's this Gary Lever guy, Amorous89 or something. Thank you very much.
Battlefield 4 was an accident.
I guess I'll play it at some point with you.
Yeah, we'll have to get
if you
on.
ever listen to this.
He probably doesn't listen.
No, he's an ass. What about you, Gary?
One big shout out I have is Phil Olson, Filthy. He runs the Virtual Pizza podcast.
Fantastic chat. Fantastic podcast.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I listen to Virtual Pizza, and I talk to him on Twitter and stuff all the time. And I keep going to him for getting recommendations for stuff to listen to, like audio dramas and different like audiobooks. And he sent me something, I can't even remember what it's called. I keep forgetting to put it on my phone so I can listen to it because I'm running out of stuff to listen to again. But if he's listening to this, I'll just tell him or ask him, have you heard of, what the hell is it called? Vatican Assassin. It's a book, and there's actually 3 in the series. I finished Vatican Assassin. Book's all right. I think this guy's more of a starter out kind of person in books or just reading them, and guess you could see he's more indie-ish, and he's not as good as like the other ones that Phil has recommended me, but it's still a pretty good book. It was interesting to listen to. And there's like Vatican Assassin, Vatican Ambassador, which I'm on now, and Vatican Abdicator. But I'm on Vatican Ambassador right now, and it's interesting. Figured if he doesn't have anything to listen to, I'm gonna recommend something to him for once. Maybe I'll listen to it. I don't know. But he has definitely done a lot of or he's helped me take up a lot of my time while I'm at work. And his podcast is very awesome. And then he wrote an article on the UK podcasters, WordPress, I believe it is. And, talking about like, kind of getting in the podcasting and stuff like that. And he had in there, stuff that helped him whenever he was getting into it. And one of them was the Audacity to Podcast, and I've listened to a ton of those episodes. I actually have pages of notes that I've written down to try to help edit and podcast better. So I'm going to try to start applying those to whenever I'm editing the podcast, trying to make everything sound better and good, and make this podcast as good as it can be. So other than him, I do have the Everyday Gamer guys, Saint Killjoy. As far as somebody else that's not affiliated with the Everyday Gamers guys, But like with the everyday gamers, there's like Meef J and AZ Rockslide, and we just played Borderlands and stuff and had a lot of fun. And we actually didn't play it Saturday. Like the last 2 Saturdays we played it, we didn't play this Saturday. I think everyone was playing Titanfall and stuff like that. But I'm having a lot of fun whenever we do play together. You, Dan, for not being sick this week. I mean, I think you're still sick or something, but at least you didn't.
I'm so tired.
At least you're awake this week. Shout out Yoda for being too tired to podcast this week. I had to say, I was like, no, we cannot skip another week. Because I think like if every once in a while we have, an every 2-week show, it's okay, but I kind of want to try to keep it weekly. But yeah, well, hopefully next week we'll be back up to a 3-man crew. Need to try getting a 4th person on here every once in a while as well. But other than that, I believe that's all I have to really shout out. Web for the week come, where are we going to find you, Dan?
As ever, I am Dudley Dan everywhere. Pretty much on Origin for most of the week, and obviously Twitter. So yeah, that's where you'll find me, playing Titanfall or about to play Titanfall or sleeping. So yeah, that's the only place you'll really find me. What about yourself, sir?
All right, so PSN and let's see, PSN, Nintendo Network, and Origin are Amherst1289. Xbox and Twitter, Amherst89. Steam, Skype, and what's the other one? There's another one.
Origin?
No, I said Origin was Amherst1289 with PSN.
You play?
I have no idea what you play. I think that one may actually be Amherst89. But Steam and Skype, Amherst_89, and I know there's something else that's Amherst_89. I just can't remember, but I probably won't be there because I don't remember it. So, yeah, just look me up. Mostly Amherst89 is where I try to be, but I'm not a lucky person and people steal my name. Other than that, yeah, that's it for my web for the week come. How about you do the job and be the janitor and clean this shit up and get us out of here.
Okay. Well, if you want to get in contact with us, you can email us at thegamesmanrpg@gmail.com. Send us ideas for RPGs, questions, answer the question of the week. Send us MP3s, talk to us, whatever. You know what emails are for. You can always give us a call and leave a voicemail on the RPG hotline. That's 412-267-RPG1. 412-267-RPG1. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at thegamesmanrpg. And we have a new follower at GSD_ging, G-I-N-G. So thank you very much, sir, or madam. No idea. Can't really tell. I probably could have clicked on the link and that would have done it, but I'm too lazy to do that, so never mind. Don't forget, we've got a Facebook page. I guess you're going to Facebook and it's...
Like us.
Yeah, like us. Search for The Gamesmen. There's an Australian group called The Gamesmen, so not them. Don't like them.
Don't like that.
Unless you really want to. We do have a new like, and that's Mr. Pablo Garcia. About bloody time, sir. Thank you very much. And don't forget, we have our YouTube channel where we've got new content on there. Woohoo!
If it's not episodes,
you can listen to the podcast.
I said if it's not episodes.
All right, yeah. If it's not episodes, it's going to be the TGM tag-alongs. There's a new one up right now. Go to youtube.com/thegamesmanrpg. We haven't got any new subscribers on that, but you never know. Maybe one day we will. Last but not least, don't forget we'd love some iTunes reviews. Please, please, please. If you haven't already, come on, go and leave us one. It'll help us.
Yeah, we didn't get an email with a new one, so aww. But hopefully we'll get some eventually.
Oh yes, we've got obviously our 2 hashtags, TGM check for obviously the TGM checks and TGM Quest for answering our question of the week, and we have a Twitch stream, which I believe is something along the lines of twitch.tv/The Gamesmen RPG. So go and check that out as and when we're... Well, you know what, just click the subscribe button or follow button or whatever it is, and you'll be alerted whenever we're doing live streams.
It also goes up on Twitter, and you can find it on our site as well. All the little buttons that go everywhere.
Some of which even work.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay, Gary, that's that done. I want to go to bed, so wrap this up for us.
Alright, so that's going to do it for episode 11 of The Gamesmen. And on behalf of Harley Dan and the Sleeping Yoda III, I am Amorous. We are The Gamesmen. Until next time, we ask,
what food line will you play?
If not fully satisfied with this podcast, please return any portions for a full refund.
you just pogo bounce on it everywhere.